What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Lethal back with another video. Today I'm going over gameplay from the, what is it called? One second. It's not TPO. The Discord. 1 second, people. So this is the TPL League, which is the Pro-Am League gameplay. This is just a friendly matchup. You know, this is a possible team we might play during the regular season. The five we got today is myself, T Blaze, T-Will, and RDH Hope. That's just happened to be who was on and ready to play at the time, but the team we're going up against, as you can see, they was kind of stacked coming out into it, but you know, this is kind of like average to me. When I mean average is, this is around the level of competition I expect us to be playing against. You know, this team, in my opinion, they didn't do nothing special. They just execute based off of our mistakes. You know, and honestly, I thought this was a good game. Like, this is the first time this five has played like a team scenario, so I didn't really know what I was getting into. I just wanted to kind of, you know, get some games in and start playing against more comp. You know, the more comp you play against, the better you can become. But at the same time, consistency is a big part of playing Pro-Am. You know, playing team. If the other four people I play with always switch around or whatever, you still have to be able to execute as well as the next guy. Like, my best five and my worst five execution practices should be the same. Normally what makes like a player better or not is just doing the little things like playing defense, rebounding, possibly able to shoot a little bit better, but all in all, a concept is something you should be able to play no matter what team you're on. Like, if you're a terrible home ball defender, right, but you play primary lock for a team, you should just get out there and know, okay, I'm going to just guard whoever brings the ball up. That's our team's defensive concept. Now, even if you suck at guarding that guy, you understand the concept that your job and position is to try to guard the other team's point guard. You know, same thing if you're a big man. You understand that based off the team concept, they expect you to be able to get rebounds. Even if you ain't in the best position to get them, they expect by the end of the game, when they look at that report card, that you have just as many rebounds as the other person. If not, then your team should have enough turnovers to make the difference. Right? So, but at no point in time should you ever just get killed on the boards. And if you can't out-rebound your matchup, be smart enough just to box them out so your matchup doesn't get the rebound. You know? That's expected. That's not something that's hard. This game started off, to be honest with you, I thought we did pretty well starting off for the most part. We forced turnovers. We had opportunities. We just did stuff like this. Now, yes, we score out of this, but those little opportunities that we screw over time throughout the game, that's what gets back at us, you know? Perfect execution. Well, right here, great pass, great hoop. And at this point, we're up 10-7. Like, I thought we started off pretty well. And it just comes to playing defense. Now, defense is where we need the most help, clearly, because as a team, well, I don't know. I'll put it like this. T-Will says our problem is offense. Or the H-Hawk says our problem is offense. I believe that our problem is just not playing enough. You know, on both sides of the ball. Offensively, I think we're good when we're understanding what we're executing as a team. But the problem is we never got to a point where we're all on the same page as far as trying to execute that. Like, in my opinion, certain passes that should be made, reaction time that should happen, like, we're not there. Honestly, like I'm probably like the only person on this team right now that can go after a 50-50 ball correctly. And that's a problem. If I play against another team and they got three guys doing it to just me, we're gonna lose that game. That's what you're gonna see happen. Like they got guys that correctly play the right passing lane. They're always in position and they make the big play. They get a steal, get out on the break. They run the break correctly. You know, they space out the floor. They allow shooters to get to the corner, but they always putting pressure on who's ever sitting in the middle by attacking the rim. For us offensively, like we'll go down to the paint, but we're not going down there to score. And I tell people all the time, but it's something I learned playing point guard. You have to go down to the rim to score. You cannot go down there knowing already you about to pass it out. They have to stop you themselves before you even think about passing. You know, that's what made me much more aggressive of a scorer, and that's what helped me become a better point guard because I look to score now. Winding down the end of the first, like I said, we had the lead at one point, just bad decisions. You know, I'm actually going to do a breakdown video. It ain't going to be over the whole game, but just little stuff I kept seeing throughout the game as to why we struggled. Like right there, dude jumped before he even shot it. He could have took it to the rim and dunked it or waited for him to fly by to take a better shot. Just a bunch of little stuff that at the end of the day, those little things make up the difference on the scoreboard. And that's what I've been preaching to my team. Like, whether you feel like our offense is better, whether you feel like our defense is better, doesn't matter to me. So, as long as you can correctly do those little things that help make the team go, you'll never have a problem. Ever. And that's just kind of where I'm at now. As far as the team goes right now, I know we haven't been playing a lot of games. Matter of fact, I don't think we played in like a week. That's not by accident. That's not by accident. Like, we were supposed to be playing team games and everything, but honestly, the team needs, the team needs to be done over. All right, that current team that we have of us, me, T-Will, RDH Hawk, Cincy, Dynasty, T-My-T, if he's going to play on the team, Blaze, Capone is gone, but JoJo, everybody on the roster, everybody that's in the group chat on the team, like, it needs to be redone. Like, I'm talking about, like, I don't mean y'all need to make new players, and I don't mean, like, I want you guys to, like, quit and give up or nothing like that, but that team is not going to work. Not for where I want to get to as far as, like, just playing wise. Like, that's not going to work. It's not going to cut it. It's not enough effort. For Dynasty, if you looking to leave the team because you feel like, you're playing with better players, better teammates, you're in bigger tournaments like WR, TPO, and all that stuff, I'm all for it. I would much rather have, like, I don't need you to lead a group chat or anything, but I'd much rather have it to where, when you play, we're just playing rec. And that's fine. Like, I don't want to force people to be a part of something when they want to do something different, because the gameplay you play with those guys is not the gameplay this team is going to play. All right, so it's not personal. Like, a lot of you guys I don't know personally, so it's not personal. I want to play with a group of guys that wants to try to make this system work, the one that I created. Where we're going to switch properly, take good open shots and all that other stuff. I'd rather play with 4 other people who know their role and position and is going to contribute every single game. Like, every single game, they're going to get their best effort, especially on the defensive end. Offense comes and goes, shooting comes and goes, but I'd rather get a team that can get all those little things down and see where we stack up against those teams that play in the WR and TPO and stuff like that. Like, even a game like this, I felt like if execution was better, like it takes so long to make certain stuff happen. We react so slow as a team that I don't. The only way to improve that is to either one, find better players, which I feel like who we got is good enough, or y'all just need to listen and practice. And then when I say practice, we're not going to play every single day. Like I said, Tuesdays, I know especially for me, I'm working on videos. We're not going to play every day. But go back and watch a video on your own accord. Hop on 2K, play a My Career game every once in a while, even though it's boring. Just play one to try to improve something, like whether it's just getting better defensively. Play a game where one game you try to grab as many rebounds as you possibly can so you can work on positioning and rebounding. Figure out what you're doing wrong. Alright? As a team, I'm going to put the info out there that's going to make us an amazing team. I mean, if you look at my record in the rec, to me it's not impressive. I expect to have that type of win percentage, but that's a function of us playing the style we're supposed to play. And honestly, if you look at the first 10 games we played on next gen, we look like a very good team. And some of those teams was just as good as this one, to be honest with you. We look like a pretty good team. But now that we done lost a couple of games and, people's all over the place, I'm telling you, I'm at the point I'm trying to correct it. For Cincy, if you don't want to get better than what you are, that's fine. Just like Dynasty, when we hop on, let's just play rec. And I'm at the point now, like I said, I'm being honest with you guys, it's not personal. Nobody should be giving up a backdoor consistently. Alright, if you give up one, fine. If you give up two, maybe. But there's no point all game we're saying the same thing. Like, somebody should have to say the same thing over. Like, I should have to say something one, maybe two times for you to get what I'm asking. Because I never really asked y'all to do nothing hard. Like, honestly, I make it dummy proof. Just like most teams, anything you get on, to be honest, the way people play nowadays, playing for a team is dummy proof. You either sit on the hash, you sit in the corner, and that's it. That is literally it. Like, all you gotta do from there is cut when I tell you to cut, or read when I want you to cut, and take your shots when it's open. These teams look good. They shoot lights out. Like I said, if I played with 4 other guys that never missed, you'll never beat me. Ever. Like, I'm too good of a passer for that. Like, I make it dummy proof. So, if you don't want to get better than what you already are, and that's for anybody, we'll just play rec. And that's fine. But I do want to play team. I do like competitiveness. I don't get nothing out of 2K, just randomly playing. Alright, playing with randoms is not going to make me any better. It's not. Matter of fact, playing with randoms makes you worse. So for RDH Hulk, I love you, man. Want you on the team and everything, but if you would rather play with your boy since he just got the game, then focus your time there. I mean, I know you're going to do that anyway, but, like, that can't take away from team priority. Meaning, like, certain stuff you start, like, normally when you play with us, when he's not playing, play pretty well. But once he comes into the picture, you get a little bit worse. And it's because you play with randoms all the time, Then, like, even though I know you know what to do most of the time, that just is what it is. Like I said, for us as a team, I would much rather find guys that, one, is going to get on at a specific time. Two, one that's going to talk. There's the biggest issue with our team right now. We don't talk. We don't talk when we play. Even though, like I said, our style is pretty dummy-proof. You don't have to do much talking, but you still should communicate in a basketball mindset. We don't talk. Even with the Discord group, I tag whoever I want to play or lineup I'm looking at. You know, like whenever you see it and get a chance to just respond back, like it doesn't take long at all. It shouldn't just be RDH Hawk saying something or T Will pop in to say something, and then y'all wait all the way till game time or the time we say to be like, yeah, I'm about to hop on. It doesn't work like that. We ask y'all ahead of time to see what everybody's time frame is. You know, if you know you ain't gonna play past a certain time, just let us know. But from like even from stuff like that, like my best players, and we all can't play at the same time. There's no use for us being a team. Like I said, if we find time and we can play rec, cool. But we shouldn't. I want to have a team that's gonna focus on team priorities and get that down. All right, but playing for me, as easy as I make it, it's not gonna be easy from now on. It's not. It's not gonna be easy. I expect perfection, especially on the defensive floor. Not saying I want you to lock everybody up, but I expect everybody to do the little things correctly like 90% of the time. Alright. From there, work on your individual talent. Like I'm not a dribble guy. I'm not somebody that's gonna come down, dribble, and shoot the ball. I like getting the team involved. And that's what works for me. Alright, to be honest, that's why y'all like playing with me, because y'all know y'all gonna get shot attempts. And if you don't get shot attempts that game, don't cry about it. Like, that just means the team was more focused on you that game than anybody else. Or you making decisions too slow. One of the two. As you can see at this point, we was down 10, now we're down 8. But defensively, I made a switch, alright? Now, this was on me. I made a switch. I switched T-Will to guard the pick and roll and put Blades in the corner. For Blades, I know you want to get better. I know you want to be a part of this team, which is great. You really got to focus on doing the little things right. Like, you left the corner so many times and it took away so many points. So like I said, I'm going to make a breakdown video and show you what I'm talking about. And you're going to see how the littlest thing that you do that you don't think is a big deal is a huge deal. Alright, same thing with Killer. Killer, get your internet straight. For anybody on the team that smokes, I don't care that you smoke. I really don't, but at no point in time should it ever affect any time that we're practicing or playing. Like, if you're playing with me, that should never affect you. Alright? I can't have you for one possession tell me, yeah, that happened because I was smoking. I don't never want to hear that, ever. I'm not saying it because I don't smoke. I'm just saying in general, it's just bad. Alright? One possession can cost you the game. Honestly, I just like to win. At the end of the day, this is a video game. We do it for enjoyment, but still, nobody likes to be a loser. Nobody likes to be a loser. It's much easier playing with people that you kind of all have the same goal in mind. If it's just to win and that's your goal, I'm fine with that. Alright, you're going to see here towards the end of the third quarter, we're going to make a small run, but at no point in time did I ever feel like we had a chance to actually gain control until we switched this pick and roll. That's the only time they started to miss more shots, and we was kind of able to take advantage of that. But at the same time, our execution is just bad in certain parts. We pass up a lot of open layups, which I'm going to show, like I said, when I do the breakdown. We pass up a lot of open points. And that's where I want us to improve at the most. It's just, like right there, that's a wide open three we don't take. Even though the next thing might have happened to where it worked out, when you look back at the film and look at where you could have made an impact, those little things matter. Alright? That's the biggest thing I want to tell you. Just because something works out, this ain't like a game of 21 to where, the game is over once you hit a certain threshold. Like, no, you got to play for 4 quarters locked in the entire time. The shots you don't take, all those things matter. At this point, it's a 5-point ball game. Like I said, towards the end of the third, We did a great job. Once we switched that pick and roll, that really helped us out. But the problem is, since we got new guys on the team, I don't think y'all understood how to, play certain things, like play the corner. Right here, we cut it down to two, or where to rotate at and things like that. So at the point we got the pick and roll pretty much where we want it. Right there, that's just a great shot. I mean, I think we executed that pretty well. But at the point we got the pick and roll where we want it, I think we should have been able to use that to turn this game around in the fourth quarter. But the biggest problem is, like, once this point guard started being smart and taking a mid-range jump shot, it kind of screwed us. That's just getting better individually. One, get your players to 99. Anybody that don't have clamps should have it. Two, like I said, go back and watch film. Go back and watch film. I know this is a tough video, especially if you end up watching the whole video for anybody that's on the team, but this is true, bro. I don't like losing. I don't lose in 2K often. I mean, last year, in 2K20, when I played online, I never lost a game. I never lost one game online, and I pretty much try to complete the greatest of all time bracket. I don't know if y'all ever played actual 2K, but I play like every mode of 2K. I play a little bit of my team. I don't mess with it much, but for the most part, I try to play every type of mode of 2K. 1v1, 2v2, my career rec, whatever. Because that just makes me better when I come out here and do this. Because this, to me, it's the funnest thing, but it's the hardest thing to do. If that makes sense. It's the funnest because you get to play with some guys that pretty much think the way you think, but at the same thing, it's the hardest because I can't control every single person. Honestly, if I had all the builds I wanted to make, and I can control every single thing the whole entire time with the way I play defense, I would never lose ever. Ever. Like, the only guy that could really beat me in that situation would be a guy that can pretty much just dribble better than everybody and just kind of shoot shots in your face, like a bunch of contested shots in your face. But other than that, without 2K screwing it, I would never lose. And that's kind of the imprint I'm trying to throw on this team. Like, if y'all can do all those little things right, we'll never lose. And we damn sure would never be out of a game. And that's more important. Like, there's a right way to win, there's a right way to lose. And for the most part, as long as we're doing that, I don't really care about everything else. If we lost the right way, like this particular game, if it comes down to the wire and they just beat us because of shots like that, because that's a good shot, then hey, you tip your hat to the team. That's the right way to lose. Not giving up three, making them take a contested mid-range, you live with that. That's the right way to lose. Right here, 6-point ball game, and we never seem to be able to get over this threshold. Never. At the end of the game, I'm going to put up the shot chart and just, highlight a few things, but man, it was just tough. Right here, there's a great chance to cut it down to 4. As a team, we need to understand a sense of urgency. So again, right here, I'm forcing them where I want to. I switch down. We're playing defense. But at no point in time as a defender should you ever be sitting still. Y'all as help defenders should be able to force. That was a big shot right there. But as help defenders, y'all should be able to force the ball handler into certain situations and bait them into certain situations. A lot of my turnovers, I tell you all the time, they don't really come from me. If you look at this game, I had 4 turnovers, I think, in the first quarter. 4. Since then, I watched the way they played defense because they was baiting me into those turnovers. And I've only had the one where I had a man open, but I threw the ball late because I expected somebody else to score and they didn't take the opportunity. But Yeah, right there, cut it back down. But like you look at this game. I thought we played pretty well for it to be this team's five's first game. But we could be better. But it's only as good as people want to be better. All right, right now the communication for the team is terrible. No, there's no way around it. The communication is terrible. The only way to improve that is, like I said, either to get some people that is gonna do it, or you as an individual, you decide what you want from this. If you want to be a part of this team, great. I want you to be a part of this team, but I'm not about to be nobody's second option. It's not gonna happen. And I'm not about to be a loser. All right, I'm not gonna keep playing for a team. Like I don't mind losing. Like I said, if we're losing the right way and people trying to get it right. But at a certain point, you should be getting it right. It shouldn't I'm past all the bullshit of what you can't do. If I'm asking you to do something, it's because you're capable. I'm not going to ask you I'm not going to ever ask you to shoot 100% from the field. Alright, but I am going to ask you to move your player in the right fucking position to play some defense. So I'm never going to ask you to do something that you are incapable of doing. That's just what it is at the end of the day. So coming down the stretch, 35 seconds left. There's no way we can win this game. Like, we would literally have to do everything perfect. Pretty much right here, we have to get like 2 steals back to back on some Reggie Miller type shit. It's not going to happen, bro. They shot amazing. I think they shot like 16 from 20 from deep. Like, that's a combination of a couple of things. Either they was using like some modded controllers, because them guys from the corner was not missing. They was using some modded controllers, or our defense got to be better. Like I said, I don't think we played bad for the most part, but we definitely could have played better. We definitely had chances, and a bunch of little stuff hurt us this game. That's all it was. A bunch of little stuff hurt us. So, GG's to this team. They beat us. Look forward to seeing them again in the league. And, you take the L and get better. Like I said, ever since this loss, we have not played in like a week. Part of that is, like I said, is me. I take it up on me. Whenever we lose, I always blame myself. Like, I don't care what nobody else really did. I'm harder on myself for losing any game than I ever would be with y'all. So the stuff I'm telling y'all, trust me, I beat myself up 1,000 times more than what I'm telling y'all. I'm just telling y'all how I feel as a team captain, as a team leader. That's how I feel. So right here at the end of the game, a few things I want to point out. Like I said, I had 4 turnovers in the first quarter. I ended up with 5. We did great on turnovers. Shot the ball pretty well. I shot 9 for 10. I'm going to shoot a high percentage like that every single game. For somebody like Blaze, just because you shot 0 for 3, that's not what I'm going to look at. I'm going to look at you had 3 rebounds and this guy had 12. That's what I'm going to look at. Either box him out, don't even go for the board, box him out so he can't get it. I know we played a lot of pick and roll and he kind of some of those boards are on me, but at the same time, when you see stuff like that happen, talk. Let me know something. At the same time, as a team, we should have forced more steals. It's okay if he got out-rebounded like that if we team rebound, but I got 4, Team IT has 3, but RDA Chalk, you ain't got none, T-Will, you have no rebound. So, that's what I look at. You look at the steals, we should have forced, double the steals if we were not getting rebounds. And that's what I'm saying as a team, the stuff that we could be doing, you should never be flat-footed as a defender. You should have position yourself to be in the passing lane, position yourself to be ready to switch. But the offense is going to tell you what to do all the time defensively. You don't have to guess. All right, the way people move, they tell you, the way we switch everything, they tell you what to do. All you got to do is be in front of a guy and be in rebounding position. That's all I ask. Once you master that, you're good defensively. You don't have to worry about nothing else. Even if somebody driving to the lane and you caught in between two people, you're going to know exactly how to play it based off how the point guard is dribbling. No, you know whether to not give up that three or not. You know whether that guy can shoot in the corner or not. It's not hard. So, like I said, you look at this game, they shot 16 for 20 from deep. That can't happen. All right? You know, we'll learn how to foul on the break, and we don't learn how to do all the little stuff, but hey, man, we got to be better. We had to be better. Looking at this, the only quarter we won was the third quarter. We didn't win no other quarters. You know, that's a game to 21. Like, we should always be able to win a game to 21. Play more 3v3. You know, get used to winning, and it'll show up when we play against more teams. Like I said, 5v5 is just an extended version of 3v3. If you can win majority of your 3v3 games in the park, you can win majority of your games in team and rec and stuff like that. I'm always going to guard pretty much the best offensive player. Which, if you look at it, dude shot 18, he had 18 points, 10 assists. The 10 assists is what hurt. He had 8 turnovers. He had 8. You know, a lot of times he did score is off a switch. I wouldn't guard him. So, like, where we could be better, let's get better there. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, it's been lethal. To my team, take what I said, you know, feel however you feel about it. Get back to me. Let me know how you feeling. I'm fine if some of you guys are just there for rec and y'all don't, you know, take this team shit seriously. Cool. You know, because at the end of the day, if y'all don't, you know, if y'all continue to play the way y'all been playing and y'all don't change, I'm going to just kick you off the team anyway. So you don't have to worry about, you know, how I'm feeling. I'm going to just do it for you. So make the decision. You either commit to it. If you're not going to commit to it, I'm not going to argue with you about it. We just move on. I can't get to a point of peace with this, and I love playing this, if we're not all on the same page as a team. Like I said, it's been lethal. Catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully it'll be with a dub, but we'll see. I'm out.